Welcome back to our little show. I've noticed a lot of people have been enjoying what we're doing, many, like dozens and dozens of people. And so for that reason we're excited to bring you more of it. Today we're going to be going through lots of different styles as we did in the past, and I'm quite excited about what's going to happen. I've been asked yet again to mention subscribing to the channel and liking the video. I always protest about this. I do not want you to subscribe or like this video if you didn't like it. Okay, it's very important to me. Don't like something that you didn't like. Right, so this first thing that we're doing today, I know you're all very, very excited about, is it's Talking Heads, right? Which was what I'm basing on. I say it's a style popularised by Alan Bennett, but you know it's probably much older than that. But that's what comes to mind when I think of it. So a style popularised by Alan Bennett from the early 1960s until nearly the present day, enjoying a heyday in the 1980s. Half an hour of monologues supplied often by Bennett himself, you may have seen these, but also actors, if the character was a woman, like the lady who played Hyacinth Bouquet in Keeping Up Appearances. Yeah, you know, she was a kind of a muse for Alan, a middle-aged muse.
A name like Hyacinth.
Well,
It's a muse's name.
It's not her real name. That was her name of Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh.
Topics would be loneliness and incredibly mundane things that happen exclusively to middle-aged and old people in northern England before the internet happened. Southerners don't elicit any sympathy, and Bennett was northern. So that's what he was driving at. Okay. Now, one of the interesting things about him was he was somebody who, despite being northern, went to Cambridge and was part of the Footlights thing in Cambridge. And it seems to me, I mean, they've got quite an alumni of people. Oh, they went to the Footlights in Cambridge. And it seems to me an interesting circle whereby if you were in the Cambridge Footlights, someone at the BBC gives you a job, whether you're good or not.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, Alan, to his credit, has moments, but a lot of them winging it.
And how did he get into Footlights?
Well, he went to Cambridge, and I don't know the full story, but it was along the lines of
nepotism.
Alan goes to Cambridge because he got good A-levels in the 50s. And he goes to Cambridge and they have the Footlights, which is like a drama society. And he says, "Hello, I'd like to be in the Footlights, please." And I suspect he was met with a lot of sneers. "Oh, northerner, with your accent,
Yeah.
in the Cambridge Footlights."
Footlights, yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then they replied, "Yes, we know what it's called." And there was and eventually somebody would have laughed and broken the ice, and then he was allowed to be in it.
That's how it works, isn't it?
That is how it works. And having been in it, the BBC, etc., were able to not worry about his northernness, because being in the Cambridge Footlights elevates you.
That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And that was before the days of wokeness, wasn't it? So the fact that they let a northerner in.
But he had good A-levels,
thinking.
but no, you're right.
Yeah.
So
Northerners are a minority, aren't they?
just about, I mean, it depends where it starts, doesn't it? Because
minority in the sense of, yeah, they're just not in the south a lot.
Well, is Birmingham the north? It isn't. I think the north starts at Sheffield, but you couldn't say. But then you've got Midlanders, which really muddy the water.
They certainly don't think of themselves as Southerners, do they?
They don't.
No.
Proud of something, aren't they? Now,
Proud of what?
let's go through what I've written. So I have written this these three in the style of Alan Bennett, a style with which I think, had I not said that and just said, these are Alan Bennett monologues, everyone would probably go, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
but I've mentioned that so that viewers are aware that there's effort being made here. It's not, I'll go and get a book and just,
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did something. I've earned it. Yeah. We're going to start with, so you've had a little bit of time with these. I'm not springing these on you. We're going to start with Betsy's birthday. Okay? Now, I think you're going to do Betsy.
Okay.
Okay. I thought I might be doing it.
I mean, I can do Betsy.
You could do Betsy.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it.
Well, all right, since she seems to want it more than you do.
Fine.
So
Have Betsy. I don't care.
you do Betsy's
Fine, I'll do
birthday.
Betsy.
Now, what would be good here, and hopefully everybody can keep up, if we can choose a camera, and then the editor will probably use what's called a zoom, and get kind of head and shoulders, or like maybe push in, so you can look down the barrel of the lens, because that is the style in which Alan required.
Right.
So
Crashing.
a good camera for you would be that one.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ignore me, unless I'm giving direction.
Mhm.
I'm in the shot, but I'll be mostly making sure you're saying things correctly.
Okay.
So, do you think you're ready?
Yeah, I can give it a crack. Did you want a northern accent, or are you not fast?
Can you do a northern accent?
Could definitely give it a go.
Yeah. I think it fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to go now?
Yeah.
Okay. I shan't tell you all about the lovely birthday I experienced just the day before last. It would be too prideful. Except to say that when I awoke on that auspicious morning and drew the curtains, I was dismayed by the dullness of the light. Overcast again, I thought. Even on my birthday. As you know, it is mid-July, and one can't help feeling cheated by the Lord as another summer's day is stolen. Winter never fails. I went downstairs after dressing and looked at letters that had been posted. Albert, my postman of 35 years this September, was a quirksome individual. Our brief conversations might take place every 6 months and usually resulted in an inappropriate comment about teenage girls. Not made by me, you understand. But for all that, he was very prompt. One envelope demanded my attention amid the brown and white. A blue envelope. Whatever will I think of next? I went straight for that one and very carefully lifted the sticky edge. I wanted to keep it as intact as possible. I pulled out the card, and the number was correct. 65. When I was 25, 65 was a long way off, but now it was here. To Grandma, written in blue ink, continuing the theme. Happy birthday. This was printed by the card manufacturer in black. Love from Graham. Blue again. My grandson. How lovely.
Yeah. We all like Betsy, don't we? Seems
Very
like
wholesome.
Nice.
seems like a nice
Extremely
woman.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to complain. I think there was a lot there. There was a lot there going on. Sometimes, like the way that he would do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I think, as a director, you probably go, well, that's how she did it. Move on.
Yeah.
But sometimes, just the way that he would phrase things, like the bit about 65 and 25.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining his voice. Obviously, it's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But he would get Hyacinth to kind of do things like he would do them, except, because it's just easier to imagine because she was a woman. So he would go, I pulled out the card and the number was correct. 65. When I was 25, 65 was a long way off. But now, it was here.
That's
See?
very Alan Bennett, that.
See what he does?
It was here.
It was here.
Mm.
Whereas you seemed a bit more joyful. But do you know what? I'm not even annoyed because it's. I think she's a joyful character because she
Little pleasures. That's what I'm getting.
excitement from even the blue ink.
To comment on it, yeah, more than once.
Beautifully written. So let's move on because that was all right, and I don't think we've got time to do like all of them 3 times.
No, absolutely not.
Suppose
Yeah, it
not,
wouldn't make sense.
You've got to be a one-take
I think
wonder
it's a
here.
bit-
Yeah.
It's a bit much, you know. You got to get it right. That's
Yeah.
get it right.
Okay.
So you're being Alan.
Okay.
We're not trying to be clever here and making you Alan and having you do them. Right. You're
It's too
Alan.
clever here, yeah. Isn't
It's a bit too. It's too clever that. Now you're Alan. I think your camera's going to be that one.
Okay. Now, how much Alan do you want? Do you want me to like really Alan it up, or do you want me just to be northern?
I would.
It's a strong question.
Because I can go really Alan Bennett if you want.
Oh. Yeah.
Or-
Do that. No. Do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
I want to see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to see that.
I'd like
Would
to
you?
see it.
Okay.
Right. So it's unanimous then. We would
Fine.
all like to see you be really Alan. Right.
Don't let us down.
What?
Don't let us down.
Imagine if
She's
you
probably going to watch this.
imagine
Actually.
if you did.
Does Alan subscribe?
I think he's a fan, isn't he, of yours?
He will be.
Okay.
Go.
I'm sorry, I'm just feeling the pressure a bit now.
That's okay.
That's our fault.
Take
That's our
time.
fault.
That's
No,
not-
it's
So
okay,
he
it's
offered
fine.
it, didn't he? He said. Right. So this one is called. I'll give you a bit
Yeah.
of time to calm down. So this one is called How Does Your Garden Grow? Alan. Go.
My back isn't getting any better. There was a time when I'd feel a twinge, so I'd have to sit down for a while. And it would go away. Not anymore. Every new twinge just takes root. My back now fertile and attractive ground for twinges. A bit like the Cotswolds. Jan and I visited there 15 years ago this spring, and my back was fine then. You've got bad posture, she'd always say, for years. I wasn't doing it to annoy her. I was just how my body was, I suppose. The chairs we had weren't good. My daughter kept telling us. The women are very wise in my family. Beyond a certain point, you just fill whatever space the chair allows. And if it's a bad space, then that means a bad back eventually. The worst of it is in the garden. I've not been out as much this year. I can trim hedges and standing up for a while, but the potted plants, no, it's not good. Jan helps me out from time to time, but her wisdom on posture is not matched by gardening expertise. I have to be very careful about how I explain things to her. If it sounds like I'm getting frustrated, then she'll do it wrong on purpose. She knows I can't fix it. She has a vindictive streak. Not a bad one, but it's there. I think her father abused her.
Mm-hmm. Takes a dark turn
Yeah.
because they were like half an hour when they were on TV, and I've only written about 2 minutes there. So you had to have you'd have to go somewhere, and then maybe he would elaborate on the abuse.
Yeah, it's more of a coda than anything with this, right?
Yeah. This is just it's just a section, just a show. That was you all right?
Sorry, excuse me.
That was okay.
Sorry, I was feeling the pressure a lot.
Yeah. If you do you regret bringing up doing it in the Alan? Like, are you like, no, I don't. I wish I hadn't done that. How were you thinking that?
I was just trying to lean into what the intention was, and I was expecting maybe like go a bit Alan Bennett, but you wanted me to go full bore and a bit.
Only because you know what? If you'd not brought it up, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just gone, oh no, it's
Right.
you could have. It's an important lesson, because if you put, this is for everybody, if you put ideas in directors' heads, like, oh, I reckon I could jump off that cliff. Oh, go on then. It's dangerous.
Oh, because they expect.
They go, oh,
They expect you
okay.
to do it. Yeah.
Because I think that the way that, you know, they view things, a lot of directors, is they're sort of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Somebody puts an idea in their head, oh God, okay, let's do that. It's dangerous, isn't it? So we've seen it. I mean, that was fine. There was elements of, like, I think you saw some punctuation marks that maybe weren't there.
Yeah. I frankly, I lost my place a couple of times.
And didn't see some that were there.
Yeah.
Which surprised me. But for the casual viewer, would probably be, yep.
Also, quite familiar to, like, I heard that Christopher Walken removes punctuation from his scripts.
Right, but
Yeah.
does he tell anybody he's doing it, or does he just?
I don't know. I've never asked him.
Yeah, but like wherever that story came from, I mean, does he just perform it with where he's changed the punctuation, or does he?
But apparently that's where his unusual manner comes from.
Yeah.
Is because he's making it up the punctuation as he goes.
Yeah, no, that did sound like him.
Maybe I should have done it like Christopher Walken.
This?
Yeah.
Okay. Go from.
Hold on. Really?
No, not all of it. Go from.
Wait, have you learnt nothing?
You can't.
I can do it.
ideas
I can
out
do
of
it.
his
But
head.
this is the point I'm trying to make. He's bringing this
Yeah.
stuff up, and
Yeah.
you go, okay, do it.
You're
Yeah.
bringing it up.
Because it's like nowadays, I should explain. Nowadays, because we use digital cameras, we would not waste time on this if we were doing this on film, because you would actually be wasting a material. Right. I would say go from, I have to be very careful.
Okay.
Is it that one?
I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's a good line actually. I mean, you have to be very careful.
Whereabouts in the speech is it?
Oh, it's like 3/4.
3/4 down. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's watch. 20 years. I have to be very careful about how I explain things to her. If it sounds like I'm getting frustrated, then she'll do it wrong on purpose. And she knows I can't fix it. She has a vindictive streak. Not a bad one, but it's there. And I think her father abused her.
Good ending.
Really good ending.
Fantastic,
Really good ending.
fantastic.
Because
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
more.
I thought he was going to say more, and it's like cut
Yeah, it leaves you hanging
up his ass.
up his head.
Yeah. No, I like that.
That was
I'll be honest, I didn't
Beautifully
expect
done.
that today.
Great. I should leave now.
unpredictable.
No, we do
isn't
have
it?
other stuff to do.
Okay.
But yeah, but again, an important lesson about, I can do this, go on then. Got away with it that time,
Right.
but it's dangerous. I'm just saying, and that's to let everybody should think about that. So now we're going to move on to number 3, which is your turn.
Yeah.
You're playing Mary, who is, as the title says, back from a day out with the girls.
Right.
Did you get a chance to...
Yes, she's just a bit of bit bitchy, bit gossipy, which I'm not averse to. We've all got that side of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and I think she lets it out,
bitter.
and I respect
Bitter?
that. Bitter, yeah.
Yeah, but not very bitter.
No.
That would be actually a good mark
Yeah.
to hit.
Okay.
Bitter, but not very bitter.
Bitter, not too bitter. Just
So,
a bit bitter. Okay.
no, bitter.
Just bit, but not bitter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. How old am
go-
I?
What?
How old am I? roughly?
Well,
Middle-aged, it says,
there's
isn't
a
it?
bit of a giveaway because somebody's husband
Only
died a few
58.
years ago at 58, so I'd say about 60.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Go.
Jenny is getting very plump. I'd not seen her for 2 years, and the weight gain has been considerable. All those holidays, I shouldn't wonder. Her skin's getting quite damaged by the sun. She goes to Marbella twice a year with her husband Dennis now the kids have left. Not Torremolinos or Benidorm, but she is keen to point out it's Marbella. You know, Dennis makes good money on the board of well-known sandwich company. People will always need to eat, Jenny says. Too right in her case. Put the sandwiches down, Jenny. I shudder to think of her size when we do this in another 2 years. You know, Alison was also there. Poor girl. Her husband died shortly after our last meeting. Only 58. Mouth cancer. It spread. One of those men who didn't want to cause a fuss, so he put off getting checked out until it's too late. Well, you know, no fuss being made about him now. She's getting over it though. Has a new man called Clive who restores old motorbikes. She plonks herself on the back and they go for long rides out the weekend. I wouldn't want to do that though, not with my pelvic floor. Expect it's a flash in the pan. I doubt we'll be hearing about Clive at the next one. Lost the accent there a bit, but you know, these things happen.
Did you yawn?
No, I went like that.
Oh, okay. I thought she yawned.
She gasped.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the opposite
okay.
of a yawn.
Oh, you gasped?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't sure. I didn't look at you because I wanted to concentrate, but I was like, okay,
Yeah.
no, gasping's all right.
Okay, good.
I mean, that would have been a really bitch move, right?
That would have been really Mary.
And you
Yeah.
want,
That's
he's
very
like, you
nice.
want that role, you know. I
Yeah.
can play that role better than you.
Oh,
Yawning,
no,
at, yawning at her performances.
I would never do that.
What if you're really tired?
I could just hold it in, I think, out of respect.
Do
You
that
ever
thing
like
where
you ever like swallowed
Yeah.
one or like bitten one? Like,
yeah,
just do that.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and your eyes
Just
start
make a-
watering.
Like a carol
Been there.
services.
Yeah. I've done that with
Yeah.
sneezes too. It's really
Cow
uncomfortable.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Right.
Sometimes
Holding a sneeze.
coughing a sneeze.
Coughing
Oh,
coughing
Yeah,
with
have you ever
sneeze.
done that?
I haven't.
That's quite painful
Well, I can imagine that would end
Well,
up being
because you don't want to
louder.
make a mess. It's about the same volume.
Okay.
You don't want to make a mess out your nose, so you cough it instead. It's quite hurts a bit.
Wow.
Mhm.
I've not tried that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. I think I might have done. Because
You'd
I remember
know.
making a mess out of my mask during the pandemic doing it.
Really, because the point of the cough is it's quite dry by comparison.
But it just shot out my nose. I don't want to talk about it.
No, I mean you'd know if you'd done it.
Sounds traumatic.
Okay, well that was interesting. Interesting choice with Marbella.
Right,
Like she doesn't.
Marbella, yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't. She's never heard of the place before, and so she's saying it. Maybe Jenny said it wrong too. Maybe is that what you were trying to do?
I assumed she knows Marbella.
It's Marbella.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh right, okay.
I'm
I'm not
Knew
familiar
I
that.
thought
with the
that was
dialect.
I
knew
thought
that.
that was a choice.
It was a choice, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I knew that.
sounds like a mistake to me.
No, it was a choice.
But no, I mean I thought it was interesting because
Yeah.
it's like, but that would mean that Jenny's also calling it Marbella, which would be
Or she's just taken the piss out of, oh, Marbella.
yeah,
Whereas Jenny keeps going, it's Marbella.
yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
But Mary to me sounds like someone who would be nice to your face,
Definitely.
and I should know because she didn't exist until I wrote it.
Right.
So that's how she is.
Okay.
She's nice to your face. So interesting. I think all of you, probably the best one is Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
the last
agree.
sentence.
The last
It
line,
was so unpredictable.
because he was talking about the punctuation.
Yeah.
But it was only a short passage. He was actually holding to the punctuation quite normally until the very end, and that really worked.
Through that
If we were doing Christopher Walken impressions.
Credit to Christopher Walken, I guess, right? It's his technique.
And your interpretation. Don't sell yourself short.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was very humble.
Well, I tell you what, if Alan ever sees all this stuff, he will thank his lucky stars that he got into the Cambridge Footlights and had the career he did, so that we, 60 years later, could perform this.
And then it'll probably cast Christopher Walken in his next piece.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to see that now. That's the end of this one, but there will be another one in a few days. Thank you. Yeah.